Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was gonna say I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Do you feel like certain opportunities have been denied of you? Do you feel like you maybe have to work harder in order to achieve the same results? Well, today we're going to go over a few tips and tricks in order to get exactly what you want out of not only the job market, but financially. So I'm going to give you a personal story that just happened a few days ago. I was in the dealership looking for a brand new car, and I called up my friend, or maybe he called me, and he decided to show up. Dude loves cars, loves selling cars. Now the dealership that I was at is a well-established dealership, and they have about 17 salespeople already on their floor. And so as my friend came, I'm sitting down, I'm buying this vehicle, which I will show in a future video. And he speaks to the manager of the entire building and says, hey, I've been looking for a job here for several years. He applied for 2 years and was never hired. After speaking with the manager in person and me also advocating for him that all he loves is sales and that he would never do anything else, he was able to then sit down for an interview the following day. To my surprise, he didn't text me, didn't call me, didn't do anything after the interview. And so when I texted him and asked him how it went, he told me he got hired, he got the job. And so, you know, sometimes it's about being active, being resilient, being at the right place at the right time. And then also, it depends on the mood of the other person. But the fact that he already got introduced the day prior, when he came for the interview in a suit and tie, ready and professional looked, it was almost a no-brainer. The guy desires to work here. The guy was willing to come back for a second day. The guy has a positive attitude, and he also has a friend that literally gave a reference for him that same day. And so, you know, when I also buy a car, that gets them excited, that gets them happy. There's money being made, so success is being had. And you can see that his advocating for me to get the vehicle also maybe might have showed that he is also a good salesman. And so that's just one example of just being resilient, being willing to go out of your way and start to do more things. I am more of an introvert, I would like to think. A lot of people think I'm an extrovert. I maybe need to do one of those other quizzes and find out. But I like to stick to myself for the most part. Outside of obviously business, I like to socialize and do things like that. But for the most part, I'm a loner. I like to stay to myself. And so my friend is much more outgoing, much more of an extrovert. And I'm actually in sales. I'm a sales manager. So imagine being an introverted person, but in sales. I have to kind of give more of myself in order to appease the business. And yes, I do a fine job. So with that being said, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is communication, being able to articulate yourself in a way that is effective to get what you want out of the deal. So I've had associates who are looking to become supervisors or looking for expanded roles, but they don't communicate it properly, right? So I'll have someone tell me, I'm better than X, Y, and Z. I don't know why I'm being overlooked. I don't understand why, blah, 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 blah. And so I'll give you the same example I gave to this individual. Now, I don't have a family, but this individual does. And so I said something to this effect. Hey, I've been with the company now for 6 months. And I do feel as though I am prepared for a next step. However, if you think that there is anything that would help me or benefit me in order to get in a role should an opportunity arise, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm looking for this new role in order to help support my family, as I do have another baby on the way, which this individual does. And, it's all about how you word things. All about how you word things. You don't have to say that you feel like you are better than someone else, but you feel as though you are prepared for the job. And if you want to start doing more to show that you're ready, that is a bonus. Now, the job that I work, if you have 6 months of experience, you are far more prepared than anyone coming outside of the industry, whether they have 10 years of experience or not, because they'll still need to be trained up 3, 6, 7 months in order to ramp up to be able to become a supervisor or a sales manager or a logistics manager within my company, within the company that I work for. And so, you already have a head start. You already have the ability to do more within the company. And should an opportunity arise, be prepared for that. Another thing that I want to say is that when you are applying for internal positions, you should speak to your manager about them. Some managers are okay with you not speaking to them. I would be okay with people applying for positions, but some are not okay with that. And you have to be conscious of that. You have to seek their advice, because sometimes egos do get bruised, and some managers do have egos. They have not humbled themselves enough to simply allow you to apply for positions within the company without their express consent. Now, again, some managers will not have a problem with that. I personally do not have a problem with associates applying for positions. Now, I'm always working on training and developing, because I do feel like that's one of my strengths. And so, I definitely try my best to provide the most value to them and get them ready for positions. And I think most managers would say they would rather promote from within before hiring externally. However, I see more often than not, external hires are the ones that get the positions over internal hires. And so, that is how the cookie crumbles. People do value experience, and sometimes once you're already there, they value the work that you do, but don't envision you doing more than what you already do. And that's the saddest part of it all, right? And so I say all that to say there are people who are very, very capable. You are very, very capable. And that's why you're watching this, because you want to do more, you want to be better, you want to advance in your career. And let's be real, sometimes you just need that advice. Communication is key. Resilience is key. Do not ever start to use resilience in a form that makes you seem pushy. Do not ever use your communication skills in the wrong way, trying to articulate yourself or sound smarter than others, but simply to relay your message and be heard properly and effectively. Some people just want to talk and not be heard, right? Make sure you are being heard by allowing other people to talk and have an actual dialogue and conversation, rather than you just speaking to someone, right? And so with that being said, I would like to offer a little bit of role play. So for example, this person is called Addie, and this person is Robert. Robert says, "Hey Addie, I would like a new position at the company." Addie says, "Okay, I don't feel like you're ready." Robert says, "Okay, I've been here for 6 months. What can I do in order to improve?" Now, Addie already knows that Robert has been here for 6 months. So that was wasted breath, wasted conversation, right? She acknowledges that she does not believe Robert is ready for the position. Robert did say something important, which is, what can he do in order to be prepared for this position? Now, if this position is something that's closing immediately, Robert may not be able to meet the guidelines and steps in order to get this role. However, if this position is 2, 3, 6 months out, Robert may be able to effectively perform the tasks needed in order to fit into this role once it is available. Now, this is how Robert should have walked into this conversation. Hey, Addie, can I talk to you today? Addie says, yeah, sure. Robert then says, what time is best for you, Addie? This gives Addie the chance to now say, now is a great time, or 10, 20, 30 minutes from now is perfectly fine. Now, Addie is ready for the conversation because Addie has dictated when the conversation will be. Once Addie is ready for the conversation, Robert says, hey, Addie, I am super excited about this new role that's available. I'm wondering, what do I need to do in order to be prepared? And if you feel I am ready, should I just apply now? Addie then says, hey, Robert, I'm glad that you're happy about this role. I do not think that you are prepared just yet. But since you asked what you can do, these are a few steps that you can take. Robert says, thank you so much. Is there any way that I can get additional coaching and tips so that I am ready and prepared for the next opportunity or even this role? Addie then says, absolutely. We have different guidelines, different things that we offer, even some things that I've went through myself, and I'm willing to provide you with that information. The next time this position opens up, Robert has shown that he is ready for the position through his work, through effective communication, through being humble enough to take that negative advice, such as, I don't think you're ready. Some people get completely offended and pushed off by that. And so, because Robert showed not only that he is humble enough to take the criticism, but then wise enough to start to work on the mistakes or stretching tasks that would put Robert in a position to then be able to walk in those shoes, be able to walk into that position, whether it's manager, supervisor, or whatever the case may be. And so with that being said, when Robert goes to Addie again, the conversation looks so much different. Hey, Addie, after our one-on-ones and after our conversations, I feel as though I am ready for this position. What do you think? Hey, Robert, yes, you have been doing the task very, very well. There are some minor details that you may have missed. However, I think that you are ready to apply for the position today, right? Robert then applies. Robert gets the position with Addie's approval. And so these are just certain things that do happen within companies. It does allow people to get further and further ahead. I was in a position like that, but I wasn't given stretching tasks. I wasn't really given the opportunity to seek out guidance, seek out what it was that I needed in order to be successful. And so when I took it upon myself to do so, I was met with a lot of resistance. And unfortunately, once I'm not able to grow and develop myself, I just felt like there was no room. I was stuck, and I didn't want to be stuck because I knew my potential. I knew I was worth more, and I knew I could go ahead and get more, and so that's exactly what I did. Now, Robert took a road in which he was supported. He understood exactly what needed to be done because Addie then gave Robert exactly what was needed. And then from there, Robert was able to now physically and mentally see what exactly was needed in order for him to fit into this role that was opening. So now when Robert has data to back up the fact that he believes he's ready, and Addie has been satisfied by Robert taking the advice that she has given, they both now feel like they have played a role in their own success, right? In Robert's success. And so as Robert applies for these positions, Robert is now a likely candidate for those jobs. Now, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify for podcasters. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.